The stock market has been all over the place recently. You got some people saying that the stock market might be crashing. You got others that are saying this recent volatility is no big deal. Today on the Wealth Twin Show, we're going to talk about this and talk about things that you can do if you think it's crashing or if you think it's not. So, with that, Nadia, set it off.
Well, my first thing is no one really knows if a stock market is crashing or not because you can't predict what's happening and you don't know the future, right? So if you think that the stock market is crashing or not, don't try to time the market. My thing is stick with the strategy you have in place, and hopefully that strategy includes dollar cost averaging because it doesn't matter if the stock market is going up or down. You're consistently investing. And then, if you think is the case that the stock market is crashing, don't go ahead and stop investing. Stick with that strategy. Don't sit on the sideline holding your money to the side, waiting for the right time to jump in because you're going to be missing out on opportunity. So, my main thing is stick with your strategy, keep investing, and being consistent. What do you think, Cole?
I think it goes down to the three things that we always talk about are the main things that you should be thinking about when you're investing. One is your risk tolerance,
Yeah.
two is your timeline, and three, what are your goals? I think the points that you're making are mainly for someone who's trying to put money into the market. But there's some who are, they've been putting money into the market and now they're going to the point where they might be nearing retirement. And I think with that, again, if you think the stock market is crashing or if you think it's not, there is a strategy when you're at that point. You cannot be so risk averse, or you should be risk averse at that point. So, with that, I think that is a different type of talking point for them. You might want to see how you can protect your money. This is not the time, but I don't say take your money out. This is time to think about how what you can do to actually protect your money. So I think that's something that needs to be said when it comes to where you are in terms of the time frame. Can you outlast the market up and downs, and how long are you going to be in this market? Do you have 5 years? Do you have 10 years? Or do you just have 1 year left before you actually need to actually take that money out of the market because that was your savings plan?
Yeah, I think when you're close to, say, retirement age, you're really not trying to deal with volatility. You're looking to safeguard your principal, right? The money that you have invested and the money that you grew over your investment period, right? So you might want to start moving towards safer investments and the ones that won't go up and down as much in volatility when it comes to the stock market changes. Another thing I would say, if you are looking, say, you think maybe the stock market might be crashing, you would want to start paying down any debt that you have. Now, what I've seen just in my personal experience, when the economy starts going bad or the stock market is crashing, a lot of credit card companies will start dropping your limit on your credit cards, or they may even cancel cards. Let's say you didn't use a card in a while, maybe I think they dropped it even to a year. They will cancel that card. So when you go to use it, you'll say, "Oh, my account's not even open." Or you might say have your maybe you say you have a credit limit of 15,000. You might get a letter in the mail or an email from the credit card company saying, "Hey, we've dropped your credit limit down to 10,000." This is the credit card companies trying to protect themselves if there is a downturn in the economy. And you're going to be aware of this. So you want to make sure that you have your credit card debt handled and then you have that money put aside so that if there is some kind of market correction or a crash, you can take advantage of opportunities because now you don't have that money going towards your debt payments, but you can take that money, put it into the stock market, and invest it in companies that you think are doing well overall and they're just being impacted by just the economy in general. And it's not necessarily that that company is doing badly, it's just overall, maybe the economy is doing bad.
Yeah, I think this goes back to why we call ourselves the wealth twins and not the stock market twins, right?
True.
Because we've been preaching on this channel just a whole collection of how to build wealth. And one of the things you're talking about is getting down your credit card debt, also focusing on all your finances, because this is not something you should be only doing in bad times. This is something you should be doing all the time. So, having good financial habits, making sure that you have your emergency fund set up, making sure that you have enough room on your credit card so that maybe if there's a rainy day, you still have the option to use your credit card. These are just good financial habits to have, and always being aware of what you can do with your money. So, like Nadia is saying, if the case is, and for Nadia and I believe this is an opportunity, but the only way to take advantage, if you think the stock market, the recent turbulence or the recent downturn of the stock market can be beneficial to you, is if you have cash on hand to take advantage of those opportunities. So you can only do that if you're freeing up cash from other areas or finding a way to bring some cash in so that you can then deploy it when you see a great opportunity. Now, when it comes to companies, having companies that go up, companies that go down, we're more into focusing on index fund investing and not just single companies. But I will let you know, regardless if it's a bear market or a bull market, you can make money in it because there are companies that are going to do very well in bear markets and there are companies that do very well in bull markets. So with that, there's always an opportunity, but you can't take advantage of it if you don't have the money available to use when that opportunity happens. And going back to what Nadia said, you can't time it. So it's always good to be ready to have money and do that on a dollar cost averaging basis.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And I think when you were speaking, one of the things I remember is a saying that Daddy would say, especially when we were playing cards or something: "Scared money don't make no money." So when it comes when it comes to investing, the only way you really lose is if you're not investing at all. So if you're really fearful about investing at any time, whether it's a stock market is going down or a stock market is going up, you're going to miss out on any opportunity if you're too scared to be even in it. So my thing is, try to be open minded when it comes to investing, whether people are scaring you and making you fearful about the market going down, because there is still opportunities, like Nicole said, to make money in an up market or a down market.
Yeah, not even just that. We're not just talking about the stock market is not just the US, right?
Yep.
The stock market is global and there's opportunities on an international basis. There's opportunities in different types of assets. But like Nadia said, you can't take advantage of it if you're scared to. And I can tell you how many times it's been where people have said, I'm scared to go into the stock market. I'm scared to invest. And it's been years and years and years. And every time, even if we've had a recession or any time that the market has gone down, guess what? The market has been able to go back up and back up even higher. Where we are right now in S&P 500 and Dow is much higher than when we were in 2010. It's even higher than where we were in 2020, right? So you can never say that, oh, I'm too scared to invest and therefore I'm going to stay out of it altogether, because there is a way to build wealth. And if you're in the game, then you're actually able to take advantage of it. And every time someone thought that the stock market was going to go down and never recover, it has not been the case, right? And on top of that, the US, right? This stock market and the US economy has shown to be so resilient, right? We have rebounded since 2008, the recession, right? We have rebounded since COVID. Every time you have thought that the US economy could not get better and could not withstand and also go into recession, I'm telling you, YouTube has been calling for a recession for the last at least 4 years, right? And it has not happened. We cannot predict that something like that can happen. But guess what? The market has shown us that it is resilient and is able to go back up. So this is why I'm still a big fan of investing no matter what, because I'm a believer of the US economy and I'm also a believer in the stock market in general. So with that, the only way to take advantage of this game and not get left behind is to stay in it.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like, if think about it, I would just say from my personal experience, I made the most money in the stock market during 2008 because I was picking up quality companies at a very low price, right? I remember picking up banks at like $1 or $3. And I knew that was going to change, right? So if you have an idea and you're in this market for the long term and not just for day to day stuff, you understand. You say, look, I have confidence in the US stock market. Doesn't matter what's going on right now. What do I see the future holding? Then invest with that mindset. Don't invest with fear in your mind. Invest with your long term strategy and what you want to do to build wealth.
If you are afraid to invest, and you still want to take advantage of the stock market, there are ways to do that, right? There's so many opportunities in terms of fractional share investing, investing in index funds and ETFs with fractional share investing as well for just $1 or so. So it's not like you have to stop investing even if you're scared or you can't take advantage of it. There is a hybrid move, and you can, one, pay your debt while you're doing it. Two, put a little bit of money in the market. And three, become more educated on what you're trying to buy and why, whether it is single stocks, whether it's funds, whether it's ETFs. Just become more educated and buy what you know and why you're buying them, and you will do well in the long run because you are investing in the market.
Now, when it comes to investing in the stock market, you know it comes with some risk of losing your money and you know it comes with volatility. But that is also what makes it a place for you to be able to grow the money you have and have it work harder for you, right? So you come into this game understanding that. If you are looking as a person who wants to invest, you got to understand sometimes the market is going to be down. It could be down for a couple of years. And sometimes the market's going to be up and it could be up for a couple of years, right? But that is part of the game. Understand that going in and make that part of your decision making and say, you know what? If I'm willing to take that risk and I know that can happen, let me not get on this roller coaster by looking at the stock market every single day and just sit back, have my blinders on, and make sure I'm investing based on what I want to do, what my risk tolerance, my goals, and my timeline.
Yeah, not only that, it's an emotional game. We are emotional beings when it comes to our money, definitely. And
Hmm.
with that, falling back on a strategy that you're using in good times that also you're going to believe in bad times is something you can rely on. Those three things that we spoke about, Nadia just mentioned again, the risk tolerance, the timeline, and your goals will also help you keep a clear mind when it comes to how you're going to make decisions on how to navigate the stock market, whether it's crashing or whether it's not. The only thing we're saying when it comes to these things, understand that it will be emotional, understand that there's a lot of things you should take into account, but to be in the game is where we believe is the best thing if your overall goal is to build wealth, right? So all we can do is try to put in the money that we know that we can spare in order to get take some of that risk in order to get the return and continuously do it on a consistent basis and pick quality investments and see if that's the best way, which has proven in the past so far has been one of the one of the greatest wealth building tools that we have. So all we can do is play the game as smart as possible and for as long as possible to actually benefit from it.
Okay, guys, we want to hear from you. Whether or not you think the stock market is crashing or you think that it's going to go up, let us know what moves you guys are making right now. Write it in the comments below.
Also, guys, if you like this type of conversation that Nadia and I are having and you want to learn more about our money insights and our investing insights, then please, we ask that you join our Wealth Pack list. That is our email newsletter that we send on a weekly basis, giving you more insight as to how we think about investing in money. So if you want to hear more about that and you want more detailed information, then join the Wealth Pack. The link is down in the description below.
And if you guys like videos like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that bell, and share it with someone you care about. And we'll see you in the next one.